Stand for the pledge. Ken, would you lead us? You're the closest. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Okay, I guess item 1.03 is to approve tonight's agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for September 20th,
I'll second that.
2020.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And item 1.04.
Motion we approve the regular board meeting minutes for September 7th, 2021.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. And we go right to student body report. Oh, she's ready. She knows her stuff.
I'm ready. Yeah, so not too much going on, still the beginning of the year. But we had an awesome Spirit Week and Homecoming Week last week. Took a bunch of wins last weekend, football, both soccer teams. So overall, a very good week last week. Our volleyball team's playing downstairs right now. I could pull up the live stream, but I'm not going to. And our boys soccer team plays at home on Wednesday. A lot of modified home this week, not too many JV varsity. So, and then our fall musical is 9 to 5. It'll be the normal weekend, the 19th at 7, and the 20th at 2 and 7. Yeah, that's what you want to write down. It's gonna be good.
You say November?
Yeah, November.
Oh, okay.
Give me that again, Virginia.
November 19th at 7.
Okay.
November 20th at 2
Okay.
and 7.
Great.
Yes. I don't have ticket information yet. Our rehearsal started at 6 o'clock tonight.
Oh.
So, yeah, so I have to go back down. We're doing a read-through. I don't know how many of you know the movie, but I'll be playing Lily Tomlin's role of Violet.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So we started at 6. I have to rush back down there, but that's really all I've got. So.
Good
Do you have any
report.
questions?
No, thanks for the heads up on the
Thank
plate.
you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Break a leg.
Thank you.
You do a great job of singing.
Thank you.
Do we have anyone that signed up
No one signed in.
to
signed up
speak?
No.
Oh, okay, then we will move right to committee reports. I know finance met. Turn that over to Chairman Mike.
We did. We met tonight. Tonight we talked through equalization rates, and some of the community has inquired about how they are generated and what impact that has on taxes. So Ken is actually going to give a little bit of a discussion on that tonight, so I'll defer any further on that part to when he speaks. We talked a little bit about the capital project and the energy performance contract that we're working on, and some of the scheduling and some of the outlays that are going on there, and that's really about the extent of it. We do have an audit coming up and a report, so we'll have that in sometime next week. The report,
I
and
should
then
have a draft, yes. Yeah.
we'll review it in October.
Very good. Excellent.
Energy audit finalized yet, or is it still going?
They came and picked up all of their data loggers Friday, or yes, today's Monday, so let's spend Friday.
Data's over. Okay.
Great.
Thanks.
Mike, did you want me to talk a little bit about?
You want to do it now? Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Might as well.
Well, the iron is hot.
Jump right in and go for it.
Well, when the tax bills first went out, I received a few phone calls from folks in Groveland, and a little concerned about what happened to their tax bill. And looking at that, what happens is when the state sets an equalization rate and the equalization rate goes down, essentially your tax rate is going to go up. There's other factors at play there, but that's a pretty good rule of thumb. And the equalization rate in Groveland went from 100% full equalization, so a $150,000 house is worth $150,000 in the eyes of New York State Office of Real Property Service. There it went from 100 down to 86. That's a huge, huge drop in equalization rate. And so what it did is it took their tax rate from 1626 last year to $1,798 this year. Okay, so if you own a $150,000 home up in Groveland, and this is just some fictitious home, and you did nothing to it, last year you paid, ballpark, call it $2,450 in school taxes. Forget Star, forget taking it out to 6 decimal places and all that, but you paid about $2,450 in school taxes. This year, we increased our levy 1%, and that same house that did nothing, their taxes went up by about $260, went up to about almost $2,700, just through the equalization rate, right? It's just the way it works. And then conversely, here in Geneseo, that same $150,000 house, the tax rate in Geneseo went from 1626 down to 1579. Right, so a $150,000 house here in Geneseo could really realistically be paying less taxes this year than they did last year. So you should just be aware of that. There's nothing to do. We don't set equalization rates. That's done in Albany by New York State Officer of Property Service. But you should just be aware that that happened. And to Craig's point, we're not entirely sure how they work their calculations through, but in short, the equalization rate is meant to get at municipalities that didn't used to revalue their properties. Like, in my old districts, there were townships that had an equalization rate of 2%. So their tax rate was $750, literally about $750, because they didn't revalue their property. And that's what Officer of Property Service was trying to encourage people to keep your assessments equal with, your assessed values equal to what the market's doing. So, we don't set it, there's really not anything we can do about it other than listen and explain to taxpayers how this works. And they were all super polite. They were, and that's not always the case. When you get upset taxpayers, sometimes they can just be upset taxpayers. Everybody that called me was super polite, super cordial, and didn't necessarily like their tax bill, but understood it was beyond our control, nothing that we did. So I just thought you should take we should take a couple
Yeah.
minutes and read all this.
Have you had a chance to look? I know we've got a chunk of the town of Sparta in our school district. They in about the same boat as
Yeah,
Groveland?
their equalization rate only went down to 99.
Huh.
West Sparta went down to 96.
Okay.
So, why Groveland? You
Yeah.
know, I can't really say, but it did impact them pretty significantly. So,
Okay.
Okay, questions?
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Which takes us to the policy committee. We haven't met, and but I think we've got a second read on policy dealing with investments. That when we get to that point, if we have any questions, Ken will be glad to answer those. And that's it as far as committee reports. I think we could probably go right to personnel.
All right, so in the personnel category, I accept the motion for items 4.02 through 4.09.
Second. You want 5.0 and 5.0 or 5.02?
Mine says 4.
Oh.
Oh, it does say 5. Mine says 4 on this.
Oh, yeah. Well, whatever.
We gave you a bump steer.
Those
All right.
ones. I'll second that.
All
Okay.
right, so let's go for, let me go to the paper.
All right.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
4 was committee.
It says 4, okay.
Yeah, all right. Under 5%.
Under, okay. All right, so let's go to
Yeah.
5.02 to 5.09.
I'll second your amended.
All right. Any questions on any of those appointments? So substitute teachers, substitute nurse, a pool director, appointments for intramural folks?
I have a question.
Sure, a question, yes.
Do we know why Megan is resigning, Megan Shaw?
She
I-
said, she did tell us she had a job somewhere.
Good. Anything else? If nothing else, all in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carried, thank you. That brings us to,
Okay, New business.
New business.
It's on the screen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I see the same thing here, so I'm trying to make sure I stay on it. In the category of new business, I'll accept the motion for items 6.02 through 6.05.
Second?
Questions on any of those? Okay. No questions? Hearing none? All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye?
Aye. Anyone opposed? Passed, thank you. And lastly,
In our
Business
business office, it's a motion for items 7.02 through 7.04.
Second?
question on any of those? That's, I think it's under Ken's department there.
Mhm.
Everybody good?
Action sheets are coming in.
I paid the other day. Kathy used to put a little smiley face on my receipt, so I don't get that, I miss that.
Oh.
So, anyway. Aside from that, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone
Aye.
opposed? Thank you. And I think, is there any other business to come before the board in open session? If not,
I'd like to entertain a motion to enter into executive session for two items. One to discuss pending legal matters, and the second for contract negotiation.
Second?
all in favor?
Aye?
Aye. Thank you, and we'd ask Ken and Mike to stay if they would.